Hello and welcome
Hello.
to another episode of our work in progress. Um, so, this week we thought we would try to go into our history or our past, I guess, as uh, as kids and listen talk about the shows that we used to watch. Because I know personally, I watched a lot of shows. Um,
Oh yeah, I did as well.
yeah,
I watched a lot of shows. But
yeah.
first, we are going to talk about our week. So Mateo, if you want to start us off, how did
Oh,
your week go? What did you do?
my week hasn't been too exciting. I've been working every day as per usual, but I guess we did our
Oh,
first game of D&D and that was really fun. And one thing I wanted to like I so when we were playing, I wasn't sure if I was going to be like super into it or if I was just kind of going to be awkward and not talk much. But like when I went into it, it was like, "Oh, this is actually like really fun." And so I'm excited to continue with that. And yeah, other than that, I got called into work today, so I get to go in to work after this podcast, which normally I wouldn't have to,
oh,
which that's unfortunate, but I'll live.
I'm
I'll
so
live.
sorry.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'll live. But yeah, SGDQ's next week, so I'll be recording probably at my Airbnb if it's like quiet enough. If not, then I'll probably try and steal one of my friend's hotel rooms or something like that, and whatever. But yeah,
Sounds
that's
good.
that's my
Sounds
week.
good.
Yeah. What about you? How's your week been?
Um, well, since you last heard us last Monday, I I've been in my film class doing some film things. I recorded my first project for that class, and I actually ended up getting a 94 on it. Exactly what I wanted. It was perfect. Um, this past weekend, I went to Liverpool in England, and I got to see where the Beatles started. And I went to the Cavern Club where they would play all the time, which was super cool. Um, it was a great weekend. It was really great. I also went to Northern Wales and saw some sheep and some castles, and it was pretty cool. So, crossing another country off my list, if you consider Wales to be a country,
I,
but I'm counting it because I don't care.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend, pretty chill week, and I'm looking to going to Ireland this weekend. So more on that when I next Monday, hopefully, um, in this same segment that we
Your
do every week.
your week was so much more impressive than mine.
Hey man, I'm abroad. I'm abroad.
Yeah, you're abroad.
Stop.
You're a broad.
Abroad. All right. Let us get into our topic this week, and we're gonna start with the poll that I put out on Twitter because I just learned how to do polls, and I'm very excited about them. So we asked, which did you like best, as far as like channels go. Our options were Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or other, because there are people who like other ones. And we have 31% for Disney Channel and 31% for Cartoon Network, so a tie. And then 21% for Nickelodeon and 17% for other. I was actually surprised by this. Are any of these numbers surprising to you?
I don't know. I know personally, I really liked Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I could have guessed that one.
Yeah, that was I loved Cartoon Network. I think the really stupid comedy just like cracked me up. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like yeah, just the shows on there. I mean, I did watch a lot of Nickelodeon, and also I watched there was the Nicktoons Network, which
Yeah.
and so I watched that. My sister really liked Disney Channel, and I would watch Disney Channel like whenever she watched it, but it wasn't like my
See,
my go.
I personally thought that Disney Channel would win, and then like Nickelodeon would have, but it was really interesting to see. I mean, that probably says something about your followers, my followers,
Yeah,
the followers of our whip,
our whip.
the short version of our podcast name. But Yeah, okay, so let's just get right into it. You said you're a Cartoon Network kid. What shows did you like to
Oh
watch
man.
specifically?
Okay, so shows that come to mind. I really liked Ed, Edd and Eddy. I
Yeah.
really liked that show. And I also really liked like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I liked that
Oh, I
show a
liked
lot.
that one too.
I thought, I actually was trying to find a way to watch it again recently, and I didn't really look too hard, but I think that's one of the shows I kind of want to try and watch again to see what I liked about it, or if it was just me being a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mostly watched like I did watch Cartoon Network, but I watched like the older things,
Mhm.
and I stopped. I figured it out. I was looking at the Wikipedia page for like all the Cartoon Network shows, and I figured out that like I kind of stopped watching Cartoon Network, um, at Camp Lazlo. Like I
Really?
didn't watch that show. I watched Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I watched the Powerpuff Girls. I watched Dexter's Laboratory. But anything like after that, I didn't
Well,
watch. I didn't like it.
I feel like
I thought it
Powerpuff
was just like
Girls.
cheap humor.
Yeah, I feel
No
like
offense. I'm
Pow.
sorry. I'm not offended. I'm not trying to be mean.
Yeah, well, no, I think I feel like Powerpuff Girls and what was the other one you mentioned?
I mentioned
Oh,
Dexter's
Dexter's
Laboratory.
Laboratory. Yeah, those are older. I feel like not like super old compared to what we were watching, but probably like a few years before I think I like started watching TV or what I remember, because I remember I really liked those
Yeah.
shows, but I was never able to catch them, and then when I was, they were all reruns, which is most cartoons anyway. Um,
Right.
but there were I really liked Camp Lazlo. I thought that was a pretty good show. It was really stupid,
Yeah, I
but
never watched it.
I
So.
I thought it was funny. I feel like a lot of the newer shows that are still running, those are the ones that I kind of didn't watch. Like the shows that I used to watch, they're all like canceled now, right? Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess
Same with all of the
SpongeBob.
ones I have.
I watched
Okay.
SpongeBob, but that wasn't Nickelodeon.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. No, SpongeBob was no, it was Nickelodeon. It wasn't Cartoon Network. That's what I meant to
Oh,
say.
you had me there for a
Yeah.
second. I was like, what?
No, yeah,
I
SpongeBob's
didn't even
Nickelodeon.
add that to my list. I forgot about SpongeBob.
Yeah, I also watched. I really liked Jimmy Neutron and like, um, what was Fairly Odd Parents. See,
I
Fairly
love
Odd.
those as well.
Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents is that's like still on.
Really?
I think so. I've
Kids
seen it.
still like it?
I think maybe. I don't know. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, yeah. As far as Nickelodeon goes, I stopped watching after like Victorious.
Uh,
Um, but
yeah,
I
probably
really
me too.
liked. I remember really liking Rugrats because I
Mhm.
have these memories of like my mom getting these like a Rugrats like PC computer game. I don't know why I said
Oh,
PC.
yeah.
We didn't like the computer game from the library, and I would
Yeah.
play it. And I want to find it. My whole thing is like I love going back and playing the games that I used to play as a kid.
Yeah,
'Cause
right?
I just like want to know like how like if they were really that good,
Mhm.
because I remember some games like I could not figure out. Like some of them would be puzzle games, like where you have to solve something, and I could just never figure it out. And I want to know if I can figure it out now.
Yeah, right? So
I'm so passionate
there's
about
so
this.
many there are so many games I played as a kid that I never was able to beat, right? Um
Yes.
like and going back and playing them is always fun. Like I have my Game Boy Color, and like I have my Pokemon Yellow and Blue that I found in my old room. Um so that was cool. I was messing around with that today. But
Yeah.
like as for shows, it's I don't know. I rewatched another show like I watched a lot was Adventure Time, and that one is still going on. And that's like one of my favorite shows of all time still, because it's not like specifically for uh kids, right? It's specifically for um well, it's got like something for everyone. Like every age. I feel like it's got that humor hidden in there. Plus, it's got like huge like deep lore with like the newer
Wow.
seasons. Yeah, I
Yeah,
rewatched it like last year.
I haven't watched a lot of Adventure Time. Like I've seen the odd episode here and there, but it was
Mm-hmm.
appealed to me, I guess.
That was a show where when it came out, I set an alarm on my phone every week to go off when a new episode came out, so I would
Oh
be
my
able
god, that's
to.
awesome.
Yeah, so I'd be able to watch it now. So what was really funny is it was a the alarm was a pre-recorded thing. It was me going, "What time is it? Adventure time!"
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And so every time, so it would go off at like whenever like 7 o'clock on Wednesdays or something like that. Something whatever. And it my phone had an auto on feature so that if you had an alarm set, it would automatically turn your phone on if it was off to like let you know that
Oh
the
my god.
like the alarm was going off. So, um, I so what was it? Sixth grade, I think I got into the school musical, and we were in rehearsal at the time that Adventure Time usually started, and then my phone went off, and it was me shouting, "What time is it? Adventure Time!" in the middle of rehearsal, just like coming from across the room, and I had to like get
That's
up, walk across the room to turn my phone off. So
that's so great.
that was a little embarrassing, but I loved that show. Adventure Time is like one of my favorite shows of all time.
I like never did that as a kid. Like I didn't like I don't remember coming home and being like, "Oh my god, this show's on. I watch it."
I never
I
was
never
like that except for Adventure
I
Time.
never did that. Like I'm looking at my list of like the TV shows that I wrote down, like none of them like that. Which I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird because I know a lot of people like they set an alarm. They're like, "Oh, the show's coming at 7 o'clock. I have to be home." But like
Yeah,
for me, I don't remember any of it, or I don't think I did it at all.
yeah. I never really did it except for Adventure Time because that was just like a show I really liked. Oh, you know what? There was another show I really liked too. I really liked the original Ben 10 series before they like
Never watched that. I
really.
don't even know what that's about.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this guy Ben Tennyson was his name.
Oh my.
And he got this
What is that?
Omnitrix, something like that. And it was basically this watch that was like fused to his wrist, and like if he twisted the top, he could transform into different like I think they were different like alien species, but at the same time, but like at the time he knew it was like just weird creatures, and they all had like different powers, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed the original Ben 10 series. Uh, but you know what else is like I there was a game that they had on their website. The channel, I don't remember what channel it was on, but they had this like Ben 10 game where you would like go through this warehouse or whatever, and you would use the different powers of the different like creatures to get through it, and it was like really fun. It was that I wish
Wow.
like because it was a web browser game, right? But I wish I could play that again. But I doubt it's like
I'm
anywhere available.
sure you can, and here's why. Okay.
Hmm.
When I was making my list of like the shows that I watched, when I got to Disney Channel, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, those Disney Channel games that I used to play online were so fun. I wonder if like you can still play them." And I don't know about Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or any of those games. However, if you ever wanted to play any of the Disney Channel games, someone has put them all onto a website, and they're exactly the same as they were
Oh
when I
really?
used to play when I was like 8 years old. I remember I loved Kim Possible so
Hmm.
much. And they had this game on the Disney Channel website where like it went with one of the hour long or like 2 hour long like Kim Possible movies. You know
Oh
how they used to do like
yeah.
shows, and then they would have like, oh, tune in for this 1.5 hour special or whatever.
Yeah.
I would always tune in for those. So they had this game, and it was called like a Stitch in Time or whatever, and you got to
Yeah.
play as Kim Possible as a little girl, and she like backflips through like this nursery, and you have to get out, and like it's so fun. And I looked it up, and I found it, and I was playing it, and it
That's
was
so
so
cool.
fun. It was just as fun as it was when I was a kid. And they had all of their games on there, like the Sweet Life Zack and Cody game, and like so many different games. And I was so excited, and I need to go back to that website after this podcast so I
Yeah.
can play.
Well, there was actually
Awesome.
there was one, like I went to Disney World a few years ago, and they had
Yeah.
this Kim Possible game that was it was really cool. They gave you like this flip phone, and you would follow clues and like wander around the
Oh
park,
yeah.
and like you would activate something on your phone, and like the mailbox would swing open, and there would be
Oh
something in
yeah.
there.
I
Oh,
did that.
it was really fun. I really
Because I
enjoyed
remember
that.
like they would play advertisements for that on Disney Channel. Like it'd be called like Disney 365 or something.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember. And they would like show advertisements, like show like these kids playing it, and I was like, I want to be there. I want to play the Kim Possible game. I'm
It's
so
really fun. If you ever get a chance to go back to Disney World, I definitely recommend it because
you can
it's
still do it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess when did I go? I think I might
Like
have
I remember
been
something that they
in like
showed
7th
like
grade.
years ago. Yeah, like 7th grade kind of thing.
7th or 8th grade, I think is when I went. I
That's
think
a
it
long time ago, Mateo.
I guess it was. God, I'm old now,
You're
aren't
in your
I?
second year.
God, I'm in my second
College.
year. It's almost no, I'm in my 3rd year of college almost.
Oh,
Jesus.
you're right. Sorry, I'm still going to school. So
Yeah. That's weird to think about. But
yeah.
wow. I mean, I don't doubt that they have something like that there because they had to set it up, and it's not like everything was just abandoned. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. They do that kind of thing all the time.
Yeah. Do you remember that one Disney channel like Disney movie like Xenon Z3 or whatever? They like lived on space or like they lived
Yes,
on the
I
moon.
vaguely remember it.
I remember
Like I, it's a distant memory.
I remember it was like uh they hid these like symbols throughout the movie, and like if you counted the right number of symbols and then entered in like sweepstake thing, you could you'd like win a trip to something.
Oh my God! Did you ever enter all like those stakes that they had?
I entered like the Campbell's ones. You remember like Campbell's sweepstakes, and you would be able to hang out with like Zach and Cody all day.
Yeah, I entered like the Disney one where like one of them, oh, Sweet Life on Deck, you get like a trip on a cruise ship and you get to meet the cast and everything. And I do not believe that any of those were real.
I mean they
Let's be honest, were they real?
I
Who
mean
won?
they I think they would have
I
had to
didn't
be.
see photos.
I think they would have had to be real, right? Like you
Not
can't.
necessarily.
I mean, you can't. What would they be doing? Because they can't just like advertise that and then have like a sweepstakes without anything. Like, isn't that illegal? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, think about it. Like, in some shows, like theater shows, like mainly at like Six Flags, I think, like people in the audience like aren't like they're actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they call someone to come up and they're like an actor.
yeah,
They're not a real audience member. So like, what if they just chose someone like they never released the names.
that's
Who
true.
won.
That's true.
So how are you supposed to know that anyone ever got to go?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So
they advertised it. I mean,
sketchy.
I saw Zach and Cody sitting on a cruise ship with a can of soup in their hands, and I was like, I want to be with them.
I just want to know if like anyone won those.
Yeah, that'd be something If they did, I would like to see like the pictures and stuff because I'm sure they took pictures with the cast. What if they weren't allowed to take pictures? They were just like they just had to go and shut their mouth.
Oh my god, like that'd be horrible.
Yeah, that would be so.
I mean, it'd be nice to meet everyone, but like,
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
Not being able to
not
tell anyone
sure.
about it. I mean, why would they do that? I mean, what kind of what?
Yeah, why would they do that? That's not very good, like advertising.
No.
Like, cause then you'd get like exposed videos on YouTube nowadays, and
Yeah.
you'd be exposed.
Yeah.
But like, who's to say that nobody really won, or that someone won?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody could have won. They could have just, they could have been like getting people to go to their website so that they get website clicks and then they get money.
Yeah.
Because that's how having a website works. Sorry. um, yeah, I really do want to know if anyone, because even like I see on Instagram people doing like giveaways,
You know
like
what?
sweepstakes or whatever, but you never see anyone win.
I won one.
Really?
Yeah. So
Whose?
a few years ago, there was like this like YouTuber I watched who did like male like hair tutorials and stuff like that. And I
This is
follow.
already starting out great.
So I followed him on Instagram because he was having like a giveaway because he was doing he had his own hair product line and he had this new like hair um clay stuff that like supposedly was really good and it was also um like a heat protectant so you could blow dry your hair with it. Like it was a pre and post styler and I was like, this is neat, I want to try it, but I didn't want to spend the money for it. So I followed him on Instagram and then I reposted his thing like he said, and then I won. I got the thing and I was sent the
Wow.
product and it was a good product. So yeah, I mean, they announced it too, I guess. Maybe, well, I don't remember if they just like messaged me and was like you won or if they like added me in a post or something like that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I got
I
it.
mean, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Some people actually follow through,
Yeah.
and some giveaways are real.
At least some
I
of
don't
them
know what
are.
I'm on about, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that was the only like
I
give that's the only thing I've ever really won like ever.
think
So,
I've won something, but I can't remember what it was. It's probably not that important. But, you know.
yeah,
What,
you know.
did you ever watch any, like, live action, like, shows as a kid? Like, you know, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That was, like,
Well,
live action.
Sweet Life of
Cartoon.
Zack and Cody was such a good show. I loved that show.
It was great.
A lot of people didn't really like the Sweet Life on Deck, but I still liked it. I thought it was
Oh,
good.
I loved it. I
Yeah, me
loved
too.
Debbie Ryan.
Me too.
I
Um,
loved her.
um, so yeah, I watched Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. iCarly. I watched iCarly. Zoe
I
101.
didn't like iCarly.
Really?
I don't know why.
I
Like
loved iCarly.
I didn't like the humor, I guess, but I did like that it inspired a lot of people to do like web shows or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I have scripts from when I wanted to have a web show, and I wish I were at home right now because then I could pull them up and like read them because they're
Yeah.
pretty embarrassing. But like, yeah, I wanted to have a web show, and like several of my friends wanted to do it too, and it was like, yeah, let's all make a web show. Never happened, obviously,
Yeah.
but I really liked Victorious though.
I watched Victorious. I watched Zoe 101. Did you ever watch Phil of the Future? I
Yes,
loved
I
that
did.
show. I
I don't
loved
remember
that
it,
show. I
but I
remember
remember liking it.
I really liked it. Like me and my sister would like the night of the premiere. Like we never watched premieres, but this show like it looked really cool. So
Yeah.
we decided to be home for the premiere and like my dad had the idea to record it. So there's a videotape of like the first 4 episodes ever of Phil the Future somewhere in our house.
Oh my god, that's
commercials and
awesome.
everything. There's also like a random videotape that I took just because of like an episode of Powerpuff Girls.
Oh man. I really loved Hannah Montana.
I watched Hannah Montana too.
Hannah Montana was my thing. I had a Hannah Montana birthday party.
Oh,
It
really?
was awesome. Yeah,
Dude,
and someone got this huge poster of Hannah Montana.
I
And like a
remember.
few years ago, I had to get rid of it
Oh,
because
really?
I am about to turn 20 years old, and I cannot be having Hannah Montana poster, big poster, like with a frame and everything in my room.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate it, but I don't need it.
You know, now I'm thinking
I had
about
a
it.
Hannah Montana guitar as
Oh,
well.
really? Oh my gosh, you were
Yeah,
like
I
super into
loved
it.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah. I mean, no,
I have
I'm
another story after you, what
well.
you're about to say.
Now I'm thinking about it. Hannah Montana. Like I guess there are a couple shows that I um like sat down and watched every week. Hannah Montana being one of them because I remember they had new episodes every Friday since it came out. My sister and I would just sit down and watch them every Friday, um, and or maybe it was every other. No, it was every Friday. They had a new episode every Friday, so my sister and I would sit and watch them.
The show was just like literally what every person wanted. Like to be a regular person during the day and a rock star at night. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like I want to do that, but like I loved Hannah Montana so much
yeah.
that I had I still have them. I have American Girl dolls,
Mhm.
and I loved Hannah Montana so much that one year for Christmas, my mom um, bought this Hannah Montana outfit for my American Girl doll on eBay, and I don't even want to know how much I spent on it, but
Mhm.
like bless her heart um, for getting it because it's really cute. Also, back to my birthday party. I thought, right, that if I emailed Miley Cyrus, she would come to my birthday and like I'd surprise all of my friends and it'd be awesome.
That would be
Obviously, it
cool.
never happened, and that would have been really cool.
That would have been really cool. If
It would have
Miley
been
Cyrus
awesome.
showed up at your birthday party, holy cow!
Yeah.
Imagine that.
You know what? You know what? When I was younger, so I had an AIM account. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like an AOL Instant Messenger for
Yeah.
any of the listeners who aren't familiar. It was basically like AOL's instant messaging, and it was the first email I ever had that I made back. Um, it was when I first started to be Pebbles 91601.
Yeah.
And that was my screen name. And I remember like my cousin and I would look up like, oh, what is Miley Cyrus's number? What is Selena Gomez's? Because
You
we
wanted to
didn't
call them?
understand. We wanted to call them and like talk to them. We didn't understand that like that kind of information wouldn't be on the internet.
Yeah.
So we like Googled it and like we found on like some forums like some like AIM usernames. And this was before I was familiar with like catfish and like all of that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so we would like add these AIM accounts and like talk to them, and these people would pretend to be like Selena Gomez and not Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, and like we would talk to them for like hours, and it was awesome. Like they weren't, I don't think they were like old men or creepy people or anything, because I don't remember them saying anything weird or
Yeah.
like inappropriate. But it was just so weird because I would go to school and I'd be like, oh my god, you guys, like I've been instant messaging Selena Gomez, but I'm not going to tell you her AIM account name because I only want to talk to her.
That's funny.
Yeah, like now that I think about it, thinking back, like those people were totally catfishes. They
Yeah.
were definitely
Well,
not Selena Gomez.
what
and
if they
Miley
were?
Cyrus.
What if it was? Imagine that. What if
I
it
feel like
was?
that would be insane, and I would like them to message me. I will log on first time in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Please message me. I would like to have you on our podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us about this experience, if you remember it.
Hey, yeah.
This
Yeah,
podcast.
Miley Cyrus, hit me up on Twitter and we'll get you as a guest.
Yes, for sure. Wouldn't that be wild?
That'd be great.
That's wild. Oh my god. talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Not Miley Cyrus.
We'll have to.
being on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, I wonder how much. I wonder how much like we would have to pay her to be like, an just like a segment in a podcast, like, not live or
Right?
anything, but just like here. I
Here,
wonder.
have this money that we don't have.
Yeah.
Us pooling our money together would be like $100 for sure.
Here's $100. Just give us a pre-recording.
You know what? Just say hello to us. That's
Yeah,
all we need.
just hop in the Discord for 2 seconds. That's it. That's all we need.
Oh my god. Did you watch Wizards of Waverly Place?
Oh my god, yeah. I watched it
Me too.
so much. I love that show.
It's so crazy. I wanted to be a wizard.
Yeah.
This show. Like, I thought I could be.
Yeah. Did you watch like the last episode of Wizards of Waverly Place, like the duel
No,
for like
I never did.
Family Wizard?
But I watched. Who's the family wizard? Because I
Um
don't know. I never watched it.
I think it ended up I don't remember. I know that it ended happy for everyone. I think it was either everyone became wizards or everyone lost their powers,
Oh,
if I
gotcha.
recall correctly.
That's a very Disney Channel thing to do.
Yeah, and if that's not the case, then it was Selena or Sabrina. What was her name in that show?
Alex.
Alex? Was it really?
That sounds wrong.
That
but,
sounds
like,
so wrong.
you know, I'm gonna look it up because I actually really want to know. Wizards of Waverly Place. I swear to God, her name was Alex.
Was it? That just doesn't sound right. And it might totally well be, but obviously, like, I know her more as Selena Gomez now than Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
That's so weird. I don't like that. Her name is Sabrina.
No, that's Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh. No, I was talking about Selena Gomez.
Wrong one. Did you watch Scooby Doo?
You know, I didn't really like Scooby-Doo all that much.
Oh my God! How have we been? Scooby Doo is my favorite thing ever.
I just wasn't able to get behind it. Like the episodes just seemed kind of, I don't know. It just seemed weird. I don't know. I guess it was just something I didn't really enjoy all that much. I think I'm not really sure why. I just remember whenever it was on, it was just like, I'm not into it.
I loved Scooby Doo, the old stuff, the new stuff. I
Hmm.
loved it. Did you watch any Looney Tunes or like any like old things?
You know, I watched. There was Baby Looney Tunes.
That's what I watched. Okay, I was thinking you were gonna say that, but I wasn't. I watched Baby Looney Tunes. I didn't watch regular Looney Tunes.
No, I watched
Yeah.
Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, me too. This is crazy.
I loved that show. I thought it was great. I remember there was like one episode, like the episode that like sticks in my head the most is like there's this one episode where they got an allowance, right? And everyone would immediately spend it on ice cream. But one of them, like one day, like got like this huge ice cream and everyone's like, "What the heck? How the heck did you afford that?" And he was like, "I saved up my money." And they were like, "Oh." And so they learned to save money.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I don't remember any of the episodes. I just remember them as babies.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I loved it. They had like the grandma that looked after them all. Oh wow. Yeah, no, I can't even remember any of it, but yeah, Baby Looney Tunes was great.
I watched the Jetsons.
I did not. That's too old for me.
I don't know why I watched it. I don't know when I would ever been like sitting in front of a TV and it's playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember like watching it and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is what the future's gonna look like. Unfortunately, not true thus far, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
That is okay.
Um,
You know,
watched what?
we already said it, but Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was such a good show. I loved that show.
Yeah,
I thought
I did too.
it would have been so cool if you could like create an imaginary friend and it just be there and like alive,
Yeah.
you know? And I remember there was one episode where Max's like brother was like chasing after him or something like that, and he got hungry, so he made an imaginary friend of a slice of pizza and then ate it, and I was like traumatized. I thought that was
God.
I was like, what the fuck? Did he just, what? Just kill someone?
Awesome.
I was like, what the heck? And I remember like he wasn't able to make imaginary friends. I think that's why he was like so like he was kind of a bully to Max, but then he like learned that he could, so he made like a big block imaginary friend and then that pizza slice that then he ate.
Did you have any imaginary friends?
Oh man, I did. I did. I don't I didn't have imaginary friends to have imaginary like to have because I didn't have imaginary friends to replace friends I didn't have. I had imaginary friends because I thought that's like I thought everyone had imaginary friends. So I was like, "All right, I'll make imaginary friends." I had a lot of them. I
That's awesome.
yeah.
I never had an imaginary friend.
No.
I feel like I missed out on like a small part of childhood.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever having one.
So the thing
It's
is,
kind of weird because I'm also an only child.
yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
well, I think the idea of having an imaginary friend is a little weird. Like you wouldn't say, "Oh, I have an imaginary friend." You'd be like, "Oh, this is my friend," and then your parents would be like, "That's an imaginary friend. Like that's not
Yeah.
real." You know. I think the fact that I knew that it was an imaginary friend made it so that I was just having them to have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. Did
So.
you ever watch My Life as a Teenage Robot?
Yes. Oh my God. I love that show.
Love that
Oh, I
show.
love that show so much, and I totally forgot about it until now. But yeah, no, that show was great. I thought it was. Uh, there was one episode where they like Jenny and all of her like sisters that she woke up like became like they like fit together, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh man, I thought that was great. I love that show so much. I think
really
about that
love
show. I think about that show sometimes.
Did you ever watch Danny Phantom?
Oh my God, yeah, Danny Phantom was.
I love
I think about Danny Phantom a lot. Did you
Phantom.
did you ever watch any like Power Rangers movie or shows?
No, not at
No,
all.
really. My
Not
sister and
at
I
all.
loved Power Rangers. You know, I really enjoyed the original Power Rangers. I one of our babysitters had a. It was I think it was a VHS of like recordings of the original Power Rangers, and we watched them, and I thought that it was like this is the pinnacle. This is the best Power Rangers like that there ever was and ever will be.
That's so great.
Um,
Yeah, I never watched Powerpuff Girls. Power Rangers.
I
There we
was I was a Power Ranger for Halloween one year. It was the Red Ranger.
go.
Did
Wow.
did the Power Ranger movie ever come out? Did that ever happen?
I don't know.
Because apparently that they made a movie for like adults. Like they made an adult Power Ranger movie, which I think would be kind of cool. But I don't know if that ever came out or not. So,
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
um,
Not sure.
did you? A couple of shows that I watched like as a kid, they were just reruns of old shows. But I watched like Home Improvement and like Full House. Did you watch it?
Full House. I love Full House.
Yeah, me too.
I've always wanted to watch it start to finish.
Really? I never did. I watched like I remember another like our babysitter had a DVD um that had like a whole bunch of Full House episodes on it, and I think we might still have it somewhere.
They're also on Netflix, by the way.
Full Houses? Like I know Fuller House is on Netflix, but I'm guessing
Full House is
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Okay, they probably like bought the rights for it or something for Fuller House.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the first season of Fuller House and so
I wasn't
so I didn't watch this. I'm sorry?
I wasn't too impressed. I didn't watch too many episodes of Fuller House. I didn't finish the season
Yeah,
either.
I don't think I finished it either, to be honest.
Honestly, I'm not a
I
big
just didn't like it.
I'm not a big fan of Bob Saget. Like I don't want to call him washed up, but he's not funny. Like
Yeah.
I saw him in an interview, and he was like just trying to make jokes and be funny, and it was like he just kept talking about his penis, and like it's like I don't want to hear about your penis, Bob Saget.
I really like God, I can't remember his name right now. Uncle Jesse. I
Yeah,
can't remember his name. John Stamos.
John
I love John
Stamos.
Stamos.
Yeah, John
I've
Stamos.
always loved him. He is beautiful.
Yeah.
But I was kind of sad that like Mary Kate and Ashley weren't in.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like how they broke the fourth wall to
To
call them out.
yeah.
I didn't like that.
It was a little
just felt-
creepy.
yeah,
I-
I didn't like it.
See, did you ever watch like the Olsen twins the like Private Eye or whatever?
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved that.
Me too. I loved it. Like
I
Mary Kate and
forgot about
Ashley, like Detective
Love
Mary
those
Kate and Ashley.
movies.
Yeah, those were great. We used to rent them from the library and watch them. My
Yeah,
sister and
me
I.
too.
I
Oh my god, I need to
Oh
watch
my god.
those
We
right
when you
now.
when you I need to too actually. Like okay, when you come home, we're definitely going to be watching those. That definitely sounds like a
Yes.
plan. We're going to have to
I-
find a way.
I totally want to watch those.
I love it. I'm such a fan.
Oh my god, I am such a fan too. I totally forgot about those.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
oh my god.
they just like popped in my head when we were talking about them. But what are they even doing? Like I know one of them started a fashion line and they don't want to be like famous anymore, but you know.
I mean, they were child actresses. to
That's
be
fair.
honest,
That
we'll
is
say.
yeah. That's true. And
I actually don't really know what they're doing.
yeah, I have no clue. I don't really care all that much if I'm being honest, but
You know, yeah, I understand.
like I don't know. The only thing I really saw them in was like the Mary Kate and Ashley, like Detective Mary Kate and Ashley, or whatever. I don't even. What was that show called? What the like series called?
I don't even know.
I'll ask my sister has the memory of an elephant. She'll remember.
Do elephants have good memory?
Yeah, that's like their thing. They like never
I
forget.
didn't know.
Elephants never forget. That's like a saying.
The Adventures of Mary Kate and Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
I also read the books, the really short books.
I think I might have read one, but I don't know.
It was just like watching an episode, but it like had.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see any of the Spy Kids shows? Or the movies? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spy Kids, the one where they're in the video game, is my favorite.
Spy
And
Kids
I
3D.
actually just rewatched that like a few months ago, and it is just as good.
It's so good.
The
It's so
guy-
good.
Oh my god, Lucas and I watched that one of the first times we ever hung out.
Oh, really?
Yes, we watched
The
it.
guy.
It was
I
so
make
good.
Spy
We're
Kids
talking
3D
about,
references all the
the
time.
guy. And we were talking about like, oh, there's always in the group that like knows everything about like the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that like the guy?
The guy. You mean the guy in the
We-
poster? That guy. I love that.
But you like, isn't he the guy who like knows everything about the game? Or is
He's
that-
he's just like a really high player basically. And then
okay. So
in the movie he just dies immediately.
yeah, one of the characters in their main group, like I think before they have to like face off, you know,
Yeah.
knows like literally everything about the game. And we determined, sitting there in my house, that Steven was that guy.
Steven's the
Steven, our
guy.
friend Steven, he knows like everything about like any game that we play ever.
Yeah.
Not every game, but like a lot of games.
Yeah.
And he was that guy.
Steven's
There's
the
always
guy.
that one guy. He's the guy.
Steven's the guy. Or
I
a
wanna
sentinel.
watch it-
Call
I
out.
want to play it again, or not play it. I want to watch it again and then be because Spy Kids, iconic movie.
Spy Kids? Yeah. Did you see the other two?
I
As
saw
well.
the one. I remember the one with the.
The Thumb Thumbs?
Yeah, I don't remember. I know there were like 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 3. There's the one with the Thumb Thumbs, the one when they're on the island, and then Spy Kids 3D.
Oh, the one that they're on the island.
Yeah,
Is
with
that
all.
when they fall down the thing?
Yeah, and they just keep
Okay,
falling.
I've seen. I saw that one.
Yeah.
I haven't
The thumbs. Yeah.
I thought those were the same episode or not episode.
They might have
Movie, whatever.
honestly,
I
I could be
remember.
mixing it up, but I thought
Because
that's
I
a
just watched the beginning of the first one,
yeah.
like where they're really young kids.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I don't think I finished watching it. I think it came up.
A private eye, a gumshoe. Yeah, I remember. I loved those
The
movies.
guy.
The guy.
Did you ever watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yes, Shark Boy and
With
Lava
George
Girl
Lopez?
with George Lopez. I loved that movie so much.
It was so cheesy, but I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was like one of my favorite shows or one of my favorite movies. I know like my sister loved it, but my mom hated it. She thought it was so annoying or something. Like every time she saw it on the TV, she's like, "Oh, this movie, ugh." And like I loved it. Like, yeah,
It was. That's a good movie.
yeah. I thought,
It's so cheesy when you watch it back.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, I watched
Oh my
it. I watched it like last year with a group of friends, and it was like, oof, e.
Yikes.
Yikes, exactly.
Oh my god.
But I mean, we still liked it. It was still entertaining and
Oh,
everything.
definitely. So good.
Yeah.
I loved it. And like, God, that girl, the one that ends up being like the girlfriend of the boy
like
with
the
notebook.
ice princess or whatever.
Yeah, the ice princess. She was on Pretty Little Liars.
Oh,
She
really?
was one of the main characters.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like, oh, I love her. And then I rewatched it, and I was like, oh my god, that's her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah. Another show I watched a lot was Jimmy Neutron. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I watched Jimmy Neutron. I just remember like bits and pieces of it.
Yeah. There's like
Carl, right?
yeah, Carl.
The llama.
The tips of my fingers look like little pink plums. You
What
remember?
was the mean girl's name?
I
vaguely
think it started with
remember
an
someone being
A.
named, like Libby,
Libby was her friend.
her friend. Gotcha.
Libby was
Then
her
I don't
friend.
remember the girl's name.
What was her name though? It was like I feel like it either started with an A or an S.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah, nothing. But
Yeah, I remember that show. I just don't remember like what happened. Like I just remember like the bits and pieces.
oh, I mean, I know
What
like
was the show even about?
Sugar Booger, right? That's what Jimmy's dad called his mom, Sugar
Oh,
Booger.
gross.
Yeah.
There's
Sugar Booger. Well, Jimmy was like is a genius boy, and he can like make things and stuff. I remember there was
Yeah.
one episode where they like I think they just like they went into the future, and it was like a dystopia, and Carl was like it was because they had like a RoboCop or something like that. Jimmy made like RoboCop, and it like took over the world. They went into the future, and like yeah.
All of the Disney Channel shows like went into the future.
I mean, yeah, of course I had
A
a
lot of
future
them
timeline.
did.
Everyone wanted to see what they look like as adults. I definitely wanted to know what I was going to look
Fair
like.
enough. Oh yeah, well yeah, definitely. I want to know what I'm gonna look like.
Yeah, what am I
I hope
even
I
going to
don't
look
like I'm 12 forever.
I know did you ever watch wow, The Emperor's New Groove but like the show that they had?
Yeah, Emperor's New School.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember. I remember it like being on before something that I like.
Oh. I like the show. I don't remember anything from it though, so
Yeah. Did you watch The Replacements?
I don't know. I haven't heard I don't think I heard
hated
of
that show.
that.
That's the show where they would like call someone. They'd be like, "Hey, can you replace this person?" And then they would be replaced, and everything would be great.
I don't know. I
just
never
didn't like it.
never heard of it.
Also, I remember liking Phineas and but now I don't like it.
Oh yeah, why not?
I don't know.
I
I
love
just
Phineas
don't
and
like
Ferb.
it now. Maybe I do like it. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong.
Did you ever watch The Proud Family?
I did. I liked that show.
I like that show too. It was
I
it
remember,
was
like,
good. It was a good show.
wasn't it like, oh, there's like this basketball player, but you never got to see his face, like that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, he was like always too tall for the shot.
Yeah, they did that with Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, with the mayor's
With
assistant
yeah, assistant.
and a lot of people in Powerpuff Girls actually. I thought right, or
Actually don't really know.
yeah, I don't know either.
Apparently there's like a new Powerpuff Girls.
Is there? Oh yeah, they added like a fourth one, right?
Yeah, they did. I don't remember her name. But
I don't either. I also don't really know why they would do that. Why would they taint the girls like that? I mean, Chemical X tainted them, but you know.
created them.
Well, I mean, no, Sugar Spice and Everything Nice
Spice.
created them, but then Chemical
Everything
X.
Nice. Chemical X.
Yeah.
I loved the beginning to that. I just loved it.
Did you ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yes, it scared me as a child.
I loved that show
It
so
gave me
much.
nightmares.
I loved it. I don't know why. I guess I just liked the creepy stuff, but like,
It would always be playing at night,
yeah.
and it would scare me.
Well, because I think it was an older show, and so it was on at night because it was just reruns
So scary.
of whatever. I thought it was great. Like, yeah, I liked. I guess I don't even know why I liked it. It was just kind of creepy, and at the time I thought it was edgy, and I liked it. I mean, maybe it wasn't edgy. Maybe I
Yeah.
just liked it. Did you know? Did you ever? Okay, so there's one show. I tried watching it back, and it's so fucking weird. It's Roscoe's Modern Life. Did you ever watch that? Rocco's Modern
That
Life.
sounds so familiar,
Um,
but I don't remember.
Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Beep, 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 beep.
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
It was a show about this like I don't even know what the fuck he was, but he had like a friend who was a cow.
Oh, I looked it up now. I looked up a picture. It
Yeah.
looks very familiar, but I never watched it.
I liked that show. I tried watching it again recently because it was not recently, like a year ago, because it was on like Netflix or Hulu or something like that, and I was like, oh, this show, like I'll watch it. And Jesus fuck, it's got like so many, like I thought it was a kids show. I watched it back, and there was a scene where Rocco was sitting in the doctor, and some random guy breaks into the hospital, pretends to be a nurse, and then gives him a male physical, sticks his hand in his crotch, and says cough, like. And it's like, all right, well, that's not even trying to be subtle. Like, is this just an adult cartoon that's gone, like, or is this a kid's cartoon that went a little too far? But there was that. There's also...
Did you ever watch Ah Monsters?
No, I don't think so.
It looks really creepy. I know it was on Nickelodeon.
I never watched
Did
that.
you watch Cat Dog?
Yes! Oh my god, Cat Dog! Oh my god! I think of that
I
show...
only watched a little bit of it.
Oh, I loved that show. I thought that was great. That was a show I watched when I was like really young. So, there was also Ren and Stimpy. I used to catch every once in a while. That show was fucked up. That was a show I feel like my mom wouldn't like if like she knew I was watching it at the time. It was really fucking weird. Like I need to like sit down and watch that and just like. I don't know. It's just
That type of creepy cartoon.
yeah.
It's like just creepy looking.
Well, yeah. There's the same. That was the same animation as like Rocco's Modern Life. There was also you know what I watched a few episodes of like a few years ago is Angry Beavers. You ever watch that show?
No, I did not.
No, I thought that one was fun.
No.
The episode that's
Yeah, I
like
never
most
watched that.
memorable is like they had to do like a staring contest, and like they were both like super like into it, and then they were like we have to give up, we have to, and so they were like, all right, let's blink together, and so they blinked, and somehow someone like put glue on their eyelids, and so when they shut their eyes they weren't able to open them, and then they came in and stole everything in their house.
Oh my god.
That was funny. It was like the entire episode they were just trying not to blink, and then all of a sudden at the end of the episode they close their eyes, can't open them, and then everything is gone.
What? That's so strange.
Yeah, it was a weird episode.
That's so strange.
Oh, let's see. I don't know if there's not much. Oh, I would be hitting myself later. If Avatar: The Last Airbender. Did you ever watch that?
I watched it. I did. I didn't watch the whole thing. But
I
I watched it.
loved that show so much. I remember I like didn't get like shows on DVD, but this show I got on DVD, and
It's
like
a classic.
it is. I made my mom watch it with me, so she doesn't like it, but I need to see if we still have that DVD somewhere, because I would love to watch it. I think they're free on like Nickelodeon or something like that, so I'll have to see if I should go back and watch them. But um yeah, that was a good show. Oh, I loved that show so much. Um, what else was there?
Did you watch the Goosebump shows?
Yeah, I did.
Whatever?
I didn't catch them on TV, but my sister and I used to rent the VHSs from the library.
Did
Now
you
there,
ever watch the one where like there were plants?
what was that?
The one where there were like plants in the basement. Did you ever watch that one?
Oh, I don't know.
I like vividly remember that one. That one was scary.
There was one that was called like Zombie Town or something like that, and it was like this new, like family moves into a house, in this neighborhood, and like apparently everyone in the neighborhood are zombies.
Oh my god. I
Um,
want to watch all of the Goosebumps again. I know they're on Netflix.
Are they really? Oh, they are. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, we totally should.
We should do that as well.
Yeah.
We should
Um,
have a Goosebumps night.
Goosebumps like party. That'd be fun. Well,
Yeah,
there
right.
was one oh, so there's this one show that my sister and I used to watch. It wasn't on TV. No one else I had ever talked to has ever heard of it, and it was called Captain Kangaroo. Um, and we used to rent it, like the VHSs from the library, and watch them, and they were just these like this kids show, and it was I don't even know, like my sister and I loved it, but it just was it's like so obscure thinking about it now. Like it's just some random thing we found in the library, and no one else has heard of it.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I wonder, like,
I looked it up. Is it like the live action
yeah.
with people? Yeah, I never watched that.
Oh my gosh, holy cow! This is an old
Taking me
movie.
back.
Ooh, Bill Cosby was in it. Yikes.
Ooh, yikes. Ooh. Controversy.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a shame. He's an asshole, so he's in jail now, prison for the rest of his life,
Isn't he
right?
like blind now?
Is he? I don't know. I don't know anything
I
about
think he's
BK.
blind.
His eyes look. His eyes
BK,
don't
I
look.
thought it was BC.
What?
Yeah, it's BC. Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to probably wrap it up for this week's podcast. Um,
Yeah.
it was definitely a trip
It
down
was a
memory
good
lane.
one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the conversation. I don't really. It's cool to like. I think about all these shows I used to watch as a kid, like all the time, and like, like something will come up in my life and it'll make me remember something in a show, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is weird, because I'll just
Yeah,
think of
it's
like Cat Dog. I don't know. I think of Cat Dog sometimes, and like Jenny the Teenage Robot, or My Life as a Teenage Robot, and like those
I
just random
definitely wanna
shows.
go, like watch all these again.
Yeah, me too. I have to make a list of like what I need to rewatch, because that's definitely something I need to do, probably while I'm in college, like to relive my childhood before I'm an adult again,
Yeah.
like for full time adult.
Ew.
Ew.
Gross.
Yeah, so really appreciate if you guys would follow us on Twitch and Twitter, and SoundCloud and SoundCloud. We upload all of the episodes to YouTube, highlight them on Twitch, and then the main audio recording will be posted on our SoundCloud. Everything is linked below. I'm Rubix on Twitch, and then that's Cutie Pebs on Twitch. We both do our own things every once in a while, so
Yes.
appreciate all the follow, appreciate support and everything like that. Next week,
we appreciate it.
next Monday, we should have an episode for you live around this time. But we'll be tweeting it out and everything. So make sure to follow us on Twitter for all that stuff. Other than that, we'll catch you guys next week.
Yep, catch you guys next week. Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.